Chris, good to see you. Today we are talking through making your money work for you. Americans have a very difficult time saving money. There are many reasons why, of course, inflation, lifestyle creep, and our need for instant gratification, but our lack of savings has a real cost, which is why today we are going to explain a new platform that helps us track what we spend and earn so we can better learn how to save. So let's start, Chris, with the savings rate in America, which right now is about 3.8%. Ouch, after a bit of a peak during COVID. So what's going on here?
Erin, thanks again. It's great seeing you. And yeah, this is alarming because when you look at good intentions, and I've always said that you can wallpaper a wall with good intentions,
Hmm.
but to be systematic and to be thoughtful about saving for a financial future, we're limited on how we have to go about doing so. And to see something that is a number as low as 3.8%, that's barely keeping up with inflation.
You're right.
So basically, what I've always said is where you save your money matters, and we don't want to go broke safely.
Hmm. I like that. That really brings it home, doesn't it? So I've heard before a worthy goal would be to save 10% or more of what you bring home. And a lot of us do that by contributing to our 401k. But your 401k has pros and cons. What are they?
Yeah, so Aaron, we've talked about 401ks in the past, 403bs, anything that is a employee or employer sponsored plan. I always encourage folks to do up to the match because a fundamental truth is free money is always good. So if
Mhm.
they're doing dollar for dollar, maybe it's up to 3%, 4%, 6%. You always want to take advantage of that. They may not do dollar for dollar for the entire contribution period. Maybe it's 50 cents on the dollar. If it's less than 50 cents, then I really have to caution because the part of the equation that you're not thinking about, or most folks don't give thought to, is the tax environment on the withdrawal. So
Mhm.
401ks have a real risk, and it's a tax risk on when we take the money out.
Mhm. Right. The tax deferred 401k is also known as the retirement tax time bomb. So let's jump in a little bit more though, because I think 401ks are successful for a couple reasons, very easily accessible, but the money comes right out of our paycheck, right? We never see it hit our bank account. We never have to withdraw the money. And this new platform, Currence, follows that same successful model.
Absolutely. And that's one of the reasons I'm so excited because as a financial advisor that's been helping folks at professional planning services for decades to achieve financial freedom, one of the fundamental truths is when we put money away, if we're not thoughtful about where we're saving it, life will happen. So as you
Mhm.
see on the slide here, right? Maybe you're working for an employer, you get a raise and you have more dollars to spend. Well, now you're like, okay, well, I want that pool, that new car. Maybe you have children and they want some type of play set in the backyard. What will happen eventually is with our income, right? Our expenses seem to take a parallel path, right? They run in tandem, and
Yeah.
unintentionally, as well intentioned as we might want to be for savings, that we end up spending the money. And that's why 401ks and 403bs, where they have that forced match, right? Or that contributory match into an account has been very, very helpful. I've helped many people that have retired with large sums of account balances. But the part of the equation then that we have to discuss is how do we disable that retirement ticking time bomb that you mentioned.
Hmm. And part of it is kind of rejiggering our priorities, which this platform allows for. Chris, you say we are not prioritizing our own financial freedom.
Yeah, so this is the society that we live in. We're very akin to where we want to be sort of gratified now, right? We want
Yeah.
to experience the benefit of the euphoria that we get through a purchase, through shopping, through maybe a material item. And I'm not saying it's bad or wrong, and it's non-judgmental, but it is true, right? That we get our paychecks and then we goes into our checking account, and then maybe our house, our cars or groceries, whatever our bills are, the subscriptions are really well disguised tax on our lifestyle, right? So we
Right.
have our Netflix, we have our gym memberships, we want to go out. We worked hard, so maybe on Thursday nights or Friday nights we go out to either a movie or dining, and then of course we want to take a break and travel. So all these things, you notice at the bottom, financial freedom ends up being pushed to the bottom, and
Right.
savings becomes an afterthought. And that's why I'm just absolutely ecstatic about Currence, because what Currence is allowing us to do is to flip that script. And so, the Currents platform is really just, to me, ingenious, and that they allow you to work with a strategist to be able to make conscious and thoughtful, just decisions on your
Right.
expenses. If your lifestyle, and you know that you need $6,000 a month to pay the mortgage, pay the car payment, maybe that's on the 1st and the 15th. You can absolutely design it. But as you get these pay raises, as you get these maybe tax refunds, we're coming into tax season, maybe you get an inheritance, or maybe you are lucky enough to win the lottery. Wherever sources of funds that you have coming into your household for both you and or your spouse, right? You can turn around and design a plan where now you're putting savings and thoughtfulness into your overall life in your future.
Mhm. And, Chris, I think a lot of people will be watching this and they'll say, well, of course, all of this makes perfect sense, but can't I do that on my own? Can't I track my budget? Can't I track my expenses and my earned income?
Absolutely. And it's a great point, and not one that we haven't heard before. But my first comment would be is, of course you can. But if you can, why haven't you? And
Right.
that doesn't mean to be demeaning. But more importantly, what I think is important there is that, again, lifestyle creep is none of us are immune to it. So unlike, this is not a budgeting software. There's apps out there that allow that to happen. I think Mint recently just said that they're leaving that arena. But with
Mhm.
that being said, that these types of savings, although on the right path, are not necessarily yielding results, and that's what Currents has done. It's been proven now. People that have been using this for quite a few years now are starting to see a serious accumulation of wealth, which is what most people want. And then they have that added element of liquidity. Plus, they budgeted out an emergency reservoir that they have in case life happens. And now, really, I think the last thing I really want to make known, Erin, is we're putting conscious thought into our spending decisions, which most, like I said, a lot of Americans struggle with. They want to be gratified now, but now when you start to say, hey, I have to move it from the left pocket to the right
Right.
pocket, do I
Exactly.
really want to do that? So
Yeah.
that's the genius behind it, and I'm really, really excited.
And just to state the obvious, this isn't just about budgeting for your retirement accounts. This is financial freedom, as in other financial priorities other than, what we would think is just the default.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know the deal that they've made with the government in the form of some type of retirement plan, right? So here you are, and again, in professional planning services, I've been doing this for 30 plus years. I've seen it firsthand. People have good intentions, but then life happens.
Mhm.
So a lot of my clients have referred their initially were students who we got into college without going broke, have now graduated college and now have high paying jobs. And so before they're right at this point in their life where they're saying, hey, I'm thinking about maybe we're going to get married, and maybe we're going to buy a house, and maybe we're going to have children and raise a family, and all the steps that happen along the way. But our society has created almost this this this
Keeping
by
up
the
with the Joneses.
yeah, and
Yeah.
and so is that really what people want? But when I talk to them initially, before they have all these obligations, I say, "What do you really want?" I want to retire by the time I'm 50. Well,
Yeah.
good luck with that,
Start
unless you
planning
have a
now. Yeah.
prudent plan, right? Or
Right,
you got
right,
a
right.
boatload of money. So again, there's solutions for everybody. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is thoughtfulness in a strategy and a platform. I'm really excited. We're going to be talking a lot about this in 2024, and we're going to be promoting this. And if somebody wants to get in touch with us, I think you're going to show that information here. So again, call our office, right? Chris Lester, Caitlin, Keith in my office, happy to help you, 732-302-1810, or send us an email, right? Chris@professionalplanningservices.com. Visit our website, www.professionalplanningservices.com. We are here to help. We can really help you to sift through the noise of life and really be on a trajectory and a path to basically help you achieve financial freedom faster.
It's all about accountability and proactive planning. I love it, Chris. Thanks so much for your time today.
Erin, thanks. Everybody have a great day.